What's happening, you guys? Alright, today is, Tuesday evening, the 8th of April. About 8:15 p.m. We are at the Flying J in Ogden, Utah. Alright, it's going to be making a delivery tonight to the Kroger or Smith's distribution center in Layton. I don't need that. I used to deliver regularly to the Sam's Club store that's right down the street from there, practically. So I don't need help figuring out how to get to it. I got the map up for you guys, so you guys have a pretty good idea, have a better grasp of where exactly we're at. See, we're just north of Salt Lake City. Let's see. Get this guy by real quick. Another poorly trained driver backing with his windows up. The way he's angling the tractor, he might need a reset, but I don't know. Yeah, it looks like I don't know. Let me sneak by real quick. He might be alright. I think he's gonna need a reset. He's like almost right on top of that line between him and the guy on the side. Now I gotta figure out. Wait on this guy here. I think we're alright. Alright, so I've been to that Smith's DC once before that I can recall. I don't think I've been there any other time since. I would say within the last 6 months is when I was last there, but I don't remember for sure exactly when I was last there. It wasn't all that long ago, though. I know it was under Hirschbach's authority to operate, though. Alright, let me get our way out here, talk about what it is and where we're coming from and all that. I gotta try to refresh myself. Alright, yeah, it's a loaded dairy product basically that I picked up in Henderson, Colorado at the Lineage Logistics facility there, or as they also refer to it as Henderson Cold Storage. When I first picked it up, I had the impression that it was due last night at 2100, but it's actually tonight at 2100. So I had to spend an extra day. I gotta kind of milk my recaps a little bit anyway. Actually, I have decent recaps coming back in all week long. At least 7 hours every single night. So, with the exception of the last 2 nights, the recaps sucked because of finessing my way over here. I picked the load up and I ended up. What did I do? I stopped for a nap. I stopped for a nap in Rawlins, Wyoming. Did you just make a left turn from the straight lane? Okay. Alright, so I stopped for a nap in Rawlins, and I was going to do like a 7-hour split, and then I was going to have the clock to get from there to here by 8 or so p.m. last night if I did a split, but I would have been late had it been due last night at 2100 and I'd done a full 10-hour break. So, and there was no way I was going to be able to get there without a 10-hour break anyway. So, then that's when I realized, oh, wait a minute, my load's not due until tonight, the 8th, not the 7th. I was under the impression it was the 7th, but I don't know, in both good and bad, I guess, ways. I guess it makes it a lot easier to make on-time delivery that way. At the same time, though, like I could have been here and then still like rolling into recaps every night. So there's a little bit of frustration there, but at the same time, it's like, I'm going to have to probably finesse those hours anyway. I do have a pre-plan already. I'll talk about it later on. Anyway, yeah, there's more to that with the clock management that I'm going to work on there, but because that one is going to be a dropping hook at both ends as far as I know. But what comes after that, what kind of hours we'll have to work with to do what is what I would be interested in after that. So, you're going to have to giddy up a little bit more on that card there, dude. Otherwise, you're going to drop in behind me. I forgot to turn off the side guard. Hey, anyway. So here's something interesting I can talk about today. A little bit, I don't know, a little bit funny story to me. I don't know, you guys might take it a different way, but I'll just throw it out there and see what you guys think for at least the story time. Alright, so back in 2001-ish, I think it was, I had a girlfriend who lived in Orange County, California, specifically in Santa Ana. And that's where she was living when I first hooked up with her, and then she ended up moving over to Garden Grove. Now, anyway, the moral of the story here, she had I remember a Ford Explorer Sport Track. If you guys aren't familiar, it's like a kind of a small black pickup. It's kind of like a sidestep Ranger, I guess I would say, but a little bit bigger, I would say. I don't know. So she had one of those. She had to take it over to the dealer. And I can't remember what, I think she had a recall or something that needed to get worked on, or I forget what she was even dropping it off for, but we ended up taking, I went over there, because I was living in Riverside County at the time, and Menifee, and I remember I went out to meet up with her at her place, and then we went together in her truck to the dealer, and they were going to give us a shuttle ride from there to a rental place. I don't know if it was like Budget or Avis or whatever it was. I don't know. Whatever the case, we went to the dealer in Tustin, the Tustin Ford dealer. Yeah, that's great. Now, just what I love doing is slowing down for a new speed limit right after I just passed somebody who's probably not going to slow down as much or at all. Alright, so anyway, we get over there, we're checking in with the service writers, and while we're there, before we get our shuttle ride, or when they're setting this up for the shuttle ride to get over to the rental place, and before we leave there, they tell us, hey, when you get to this rental place, watch out for this guy named Brad. And he said, yeah, he's pretty wild, he'll sometimes fly off the handle or whatever. I can't remember what the hell it was. I don't know. I mean, I had the impression that they were like, no, this guy's like kind of a loose cannon, but at the same time, I don't know. Maybe they knew him and were friends with him and we're just talking shit just for fun. That could have been the case too. I don't know. But whatever the case, alright, so we get over there to the rental place, and we see there's two guys in there, and man, we have a really good time chit-chatting with those guys. We had such a blast talking to them. They were legitimately like great, like really fun people to shoot the shit with. One of them, okay, I'm going to just describe, because the complexion actually is relevant for another part of this story. Alright, so the guy, turns out this Brad guy they were talking about was, he kind of presented as, I don't know, black Hispanic or mixed race or something, I don't know. Not full on black, I would say, but yeah, maybe black Hispanic or mixed race of some sort. The other guy was a white guy. And now Brad's complexion is where there's, I'm not erasing, there's, again, let me get to the rest of the story and you'll understand it. Alright, so we're just, having a blast, like joking with them and all that, and then Brad mentioned, says, points out his business card for us to grab and take with us. So I look at it and it says Brad Canal, and I'm like, Canal? Like, that's interesting because there's a famous bass player from a group that a lot of you guys might recognize called No Doubt, by the name of Tony Canal. And now Tony is the same kind of complexion as Brad, I would say. And on top of that, I know from being in that area, and they were a popular group around that time, that No Doubt is an Orange County-based group right there. So I believe they met, I think they formed right there in Santa Ana, if I remember right. Alright, so anyway, now backtrack a little bit. I was with my girlfriend another time, previously, I don't know, maybe a couple months before that. We're heading northbound on the 55 freeway from Santa Ana toward, like Tustin, or I don't know, we probably were on our way to my place or something, I don't know. But I remember we passed this convertible black BMW, and my girlfriend goes, wasn't that Tony Canal? And I look over there, and that does, because I was passing by, and I'm like, that does look kind of like him. And well, it is the right area. Just wasn't sure if he still lived in the area, and could have been a doppelganger or something, who knows. Well, anyway, I see Canal on Brad's business card, and I asked him, hey, Canal? And now, my girlfriend did not see the business card at first. And then when I go Canal, you wouldn't happen to be related to Tony Canal, would you? And he kind of grinned and kind of laughed or whatever, and check this out. And then he goes, he tells his coworker, hey, check this out. And then he goes to me, ask me again what you just asked me. I go, are you related to Tony Canal? And he goes, it's my cousin. So we started laughing our asses off about how we had that weird kid. And I go, does he wouldn't happen to have a convertible black BMW, would he? And he goes, yeah, that's one of his cars. I'm like, oh, we were right then. So it was him we saw on the 55 freeway a month or two, a couple months previously or whatever. So I don't know, it was just really funny how that ended up. And to add to now that at that point in time, Facebook did not exist. But now my girlfriend, she was always, now I'm not saying she's a cheater, but she's always had better connections, friend kind of connections with men than women. She did have some female friends too, but her closer circle of friends were usually men. And now she and I didn't last more than a year, but actually we're still friends to this day. We got each other on Facebook and other social medias. We keep in touch once in a while. Anyway, it's like I happened to look at her. I think I was interacting with one of her posts one day on Facebook, and I see, what do I see? Commenting on her post, Brad Canal. Oh man, that's funny, because Because I know this story about how she and him even met each other. So it's because I was right there with her when it happened. Really cool dude. I'm not friends with him on there. I don't even know if he remembers me, to be honest with you. It just seemed like it would be a little weird, I guess, for me to, hey, yeah, you remember me? I was that freaking weirdo who asked you if you were related to Tony. We'll just go with if he remembers me, great. If not, I don't know. Well, you guys know I'm an Aspie. I tend to kind of do my own thing a lot of times anyway. I don't have the drive to have social connections, I guess, that a lot of people have. As you guys know, I'm not an antisocial guy, but at the same time, it's like I only can do so much talking or interacting with other people before it's like, okay, I have things I want to do with my time. People just tend to interfere a little bit, I guess is what I would say. We're going to be exiting right here at Hillfield Road, or exit 331. We're going to go right down the road. They have a weird intersection right over here, if I remember right, this first street over here. So be careful not to miss out. There's 2 right turn lanes, so I'm going to need the left one. And yeah, we're eventually going to make a left turn up the road anyway, so. But yeah, I can't remember what they call that type of intersection. Right on red after stop. Alright guys, we are going to go here. Looks like there's another truck up here who might be he could be going to the same place. That's another reefer truck. Am I in the correct lane? No, I need the other one. Alright, see what I mean? This is kind of a weird setup here. And then this... Shut up! It's not a freaking collision alert. I'm not even in their lane, and I'm turning the other way. Alright, no, it looks like he's turning into Sam's Club. Yeah, this Sam's Club right here, I used to deliver to regularly when I ran Walmart fleet. Yeah, in fact, I have... that's not in England. I think that's somebody that's trying to bed down over here, because... Yeah, and I used to deliver here every night. Most of the time I'd come here and there'd always be OTR trucks parked over here. In fact, there's a night driver right here. And not to mention the guy you just see pulling in. They probably have nothing to do with Sam's Club. They're probably just going to bed down there. Alright, right, we're good there. Yeah, Fred's Marine, right after you get past the Sam's Club here. Turn left and then we'll go down the street a little a bit of the way. And customer will be on the left side. Get zoomed in a little bit more for you guys. Alright, yeah, so there's a line of trucks here trying to get in. Okay, if I remember right, they don't want you showing up here more than half an hour before your appointment time, so try to avoid being here before that. Now I'm going to leave this space here because I got the driveway right here. I got another driveway right here. Don't block driveways, alright? I don't care what you're in, you don't need to be blocking driveways. Now there's room for me. I'll go ahead and move now. I know it's always been like a pet peeve of mine is people blocking intersections or driveways when they don't absolutely need to be doing so. And the next thing you know, someone tries to pass through or make a turn, in between, and they can't because assholes have to block it. Alright guys, we are checked in now. So it sounds like they're pretty full right now at the moment. So what we're going to do is park on the side of this building here to our right. And fill out some info on the back of the BOL, and take it into the... shit. I don't know why I almost missed that turn. Alright. Yeah, it's a tight area too, so if you guys aren't familiar, we're going to end up docking in these doors right over here most likely. And then, once you dock in, you drop your trailer and then bobtail over to the other side of that building. So, alright, let me go ahead and get checked in. We'll continue this when I have a dock door. Alright guys, we're going to be, let me see, I can't remember if I loosened my pins already. I need to slide my tandems, but I thought I had already released my pins, but I guess I didn't. There's not enough air in there. Okay, so they called me earlier and told me to dock into door 8, but that's like right here next to where I was just at. Didn't realize there was another door 8 over here, and I was getting ready to go walk out. I thought because there's a Simon transport trailer in door 8, the one that I thought I was going into. Only to find out, then I started realizing there's that gap right here, and I realized that these are also single number doors. So, would have been nice to know that earlier. Alright, let me get our tandem sled now, and I don't know why they have the dock doors numbered like they are, but the guy just opened the bay door too. Probably wondering what's going on here. Shit. Being a little late chasing it. Come on. Why's this truck have to do that shit? I'm creeping just fine, and all of a sudden it decides to stop and surge. Oh, I'm off to the left. I'm gonna have to reset. Not much room to work with here to do it either. Alright, get my tandems over just as much as I can, and oh yeah. It turned all the way because I got to chase it very quickly, otherwise it's going to end up going where I don't want it. Alright, look like I think we're good there. Drop this trailer and then we'll get moved over there. Alright guys, we are done disconnecting. So now we're going to drive over here, basically park over on the south side of the building and wait, and then they'll give me a call when they're ready for me to get my bills and hook back up. Must be a lot of, oh man, it looks like pretty full here. Look like I might have an opening here on the other side of this Freightliner though. Yeah, that'll work. There's like 3 spots in a row right here. Okay, I gotta watch my mirror so I don't hit this guy next to me. Alright guys, it is just after 10 o'clock now. We'll go ahead and continue this whenever we're done here. Alright guys, we are done unloading here. It is 11:23, so didn't really take long to get unloaded. Actually, it didn't take a lot more than an hour from when I docked in to when they called me to say the bills were ready. So it's pretty quick, especially considering it's a generally a grocery store type of company. Grocer type of loads, I don't normally expect to be done anywhere near that fast. What's this guy doing? Alright, so I gotta figure out what England's doing. Now he's starting to back up and the shag driver's driving behind him. I don't know if England's going to be docking into this door next to me or what, but come on. Probably need to figure out what he's doing, and then let's see. I can't figure out what he's trying to accomplish there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pull out of the door because I have suspicion that England wants to dock in over here, so faster, yeah, see, England's trying to set up the back right now. So if I get out of the way there, I'm pretty sure he's going to go for door 9. I still need to send my empty call, but yeah, like I said, I at least want to get out of England's way, assuming that's where he's trying to go. Alright, let me drop in here behind Pride. So I'm going to get my empty call sent real quick before I get past the gate, because I don't, so I'm not holding anybody else up to do that. Alright guys, so I got the trailer doors open still, because I can't remember if they're going to want to inspect them. I don't like to be all the way. Alright, there we go. I don't like to have the tandems all the way forward. Alright. Yeah, I had to verify the trailer was empty though, and slide tandems and all that before I get to the guard shack at least. And I'll leave the doors open just in case they want to inspect them on the way out. Or inspect the inside, whatever. It smells good here, by the way. It smells like a bakery or, I don't know, peanut butter or something. I think something along that line. Okay. Alright, we'll get all the way up to this stop sign and yeah, I'm not turning off my engine just to close doors. Alright, and there it is, guys. Not a lot of room here, and the guy behind me needs to check out, so alright, now let's get turned this way, get rolling, and let you know what we got going on next. They're going to be reloading in Ogden, just like an exit or so away from where I started this video from. At the Fresenius Medical Care facility that I've been to a couple times recently. I already vlogged at least one or both of those recent pickups there, so or at least I know I vlogged at least one of them. I don't know about both. So I will probably forgo vlogging my next pickup. Also, it's going to Benicia, California. I've already vlogged that one as well. Not long ago. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll just I guess surprise you guys with whatever comes up after Benicia, more than likely. All right, because like I said, I've already vlogged both those recently. I don't really see a heck of a lot of sense in vlogging them again. Try to keep some variety here for you guys, I guess, but. And I got plenty. I got plenty of editing I got to do regardless. So, all right, that's what's going on here. Good experience overall. Just one little last thing though before I leave is I actually held up this delivery by a good hour because they told me to knock in the door 8, and when I was on the phone with her, I saw that there was a door 8 like right there next to my truck practically. Like right next to my door was door 6, and then 2 doors over was door 8. And I know I had a dairy related load, and I saw dairy something on that building there. So I figured, oh yeah, everything's hunky-dory there. I waited a good hour because they said, yeah, I'm gonna have to. I mean, once they, I guess the other trailer would be getting pulled out of there. I didn't know if it was going to be the shag driver or another OTR driver. But the OTR, I mean, it was a Simon trailer, and I just, okay, is this thing ever going to get pulled? I thought I was waiting on the shag driver to pull it or something. And then after about an hour, I decided, let's go find out what the hell's going on. And that's when I realized there's another door 8 on the building further down by where the receiving office was at. I'm like, and it was vacant too. Like, well, now you guys tell me. So why would you have 2 different door 8s there on the same building and the same customer and all that? I didn't understand that. So yeah, it was a bit of needless confusion there. Otherwise, beside that, I would call it a positive experience overall. I did have one guy when I was trying to get back to my truck. Apparently getting all paranoid by me standing there waiting for him because I'm not in the business of walking in front of people's trucks as they're moving them. Whether you're going backward or forward, I don't care. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to walk in front of your truck if I think there's any chance you might pull forward again and run me over. So, and the guy had freaked out. I wondered why I was standing there watching him. You're making me nervous. So. That's your problem, dude. Get used to it. I don't know how long the guy been driving the truck, but you're gonna have people watch. If you're not a trucker yet and you plan to become one, or you're not very experienced one, it doesn't matter how much or how little experience you have. other drivers out here are always going to watch and scrutinize what you're doing. You might even end up on Bonehead Truckers if you really do something to really catch attention. But just get used to it. If you don't have any confidence in what you're doing, then you better start getting some. Build it up. Anyway, why am I going away from Ogden? It's because I want to get my trailer washed out. The boss shop over here by the Flying J that I was at the beginning of the video is closed, and I'm not expecting that I'll be able to get parking there anyway. And Blue Beacon down here in Salt Lake City is open, and I don't have to pick up my reload until 16:30 anyway. So I figured I'll go ahead and come down this way, and I can actually park on my shipper's lot, and I can even check in early, maybe, and I'll probably get a dock door. Might not necessarily get out of there until around my scheduled time, but we can try. So the last time I was there, my load was ready to go early, and but the previous time I had to sit and wait in the dock door until about my appointment time before I actually got loaded and out of there. So I'm not really expecting too much. That one's not due for a couple days anyway to deliver in Benicia. So anyway, it's enough ramble here. Just kind of give you guys a scoop on what all went on here. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys whenever I do them after Benicia. All right, see ya.